Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bet. It is gross out here in New York. Rain is coming down. Maybe it's sleet. I don't know. But it's pretty dark and gloomy over here, like it's the Cleveland Cavaliers locker room or something. Am I right? We gotta dive in, man. We don't have time to mess around today. All right, we've got a busy day. There were a ton of games last night. We got a handful tonight. We got to dive in. We got to get into everything. We have a Live Before Lock returning today at 5 p.m. We also had a new bagel with lock. So if you need a little something to get you going today, we'll drop a link into that. That'll kind of break everything down. Regulator, super wrong about the Melo stuff. Who do we got in the chat, by the way? Yeah, Najee and I pledge allegiance to the Cooper flag. We got Weisberg up in here, DJP, Regulator. Is Con Knippel the clear-cut rookie of the year? No. I do think it is a two-man race, though. I think it's Con and Coops right now. Cooper's been playing awesome, man, the last stretch. Smoking some Class 3 drugs today. Okay, Boston Base. All right, Botavine's up in here. We got Snoopaloop here, too. That's great to see. All right, I think we just dive in. I think we just get going right off the bat. Oh, one thing I should mention with Stubbs being in here. Stop what? Stop what? Wait, you're really not putting Cooper Flag? Cooper Flag's like fresh off a 40-point double-double the other night. What are we talking? What are we talking about, baby? Oh, I got you. There we go. We're doing politics. One thing here to note with Stubbs in the chat. We got to talk about Splash Sports. I know you guys have been loving those contests that we've been doing, right? We've had the $5, the top 10. We got the winner take all. We've been doing it for basketball and NFL. For whatever reason, the Splash Sports gods have decided that we've been doing too many contests or we've been inviting too many people. It's unclear. So we haven't been able to do contests for the last couple of days. Supposedly, we're going to be back and ready to go tonight. It hasn't stopped them from tagging me in tweets to promote their product. So that's been kind of fun. So hopefully we're back. Hopefully we're back tonight. Otherwise, I might lose it. Because I do think it is kind of funny to give me a soft suspension here and then still be like, hey, guys, don't forget to get in your quick picks. So anyway, stay tuned for the Splash Sports stuff. Hopefully we have that back tonight. I know Stubbs is probably not making as much money as he's used to since he hasn't been able to take it down. Oh, you saying that about the Cavs locker room? I got you. You're behind, I think, Stubbs. Yeah, the Cavs locker room is down bad, dude. It is down bad. You guys are a sad group of people. Let's get into last night. Let's try to bounce around in a meaningful way because we had some insane performances last night. And we're gonna start at the bottom of the scorecard, if you will. Dude, the Lakers win this game against the Jazz, right? And you know what? The Jazz are out there still competing, even though it's officially tank season for Utah, by the way. Just like quickly looking at these minutes, right? No, Lauri Markkanen out there had what's it called? The injury management. So he sat last night, and then they went out there. They bring Taylor Hendricks back up from the G League. He played 23 minutes. You got 28 from Collier, 14 from Clayton, Kyle Anderson, DNP. Ace Bailey was out there, but they're just like real quick, dude. Keontae George, man. Keontae George, 5 for 11 from 3, 34 and 8. Got to the line 12 times again last night, knocking down 11 of them. But we got to start with the king, Luka Magic. We got to do it. We got to do it. Where's the drop? Let's find this Luka drop. Where are you?
Luka Magic.
Luka dropped, I believe it was over 90 fantasy points last night. Over 90 fantasy points last night. Yeah, LeBron was asked after the game. They said, do you think Keontae's an all-star this year? And he's like, honestly, I've only been watching YouTube golf or golf on YouTube. Anyways, yeah, so we got look at Luka right here. 45 points, 11 boards, 14 dimes. He also had 5 steals. He was incredible. He was incredible, but a -5, which is kind of funny. But Luka was awesome last night. Lakers get that 19-7 W. Yeah, 95 or 98, depending where you are. Yeah, I think I finished. We'll look at So Rare before we get out of here today at the end of the show, or today at the end of the show. But Luka, I think he put me in the top 30 or something like that. But good win. LeBron, too. LeBron James had 28 and 10, along with 7 boards as well. So they seem to be doing okay without Austin Reeves and without Gabe Vincent. Jackson Hayes got the start, too. No dominating last night. He had 16 in 22 minutes. Marcus Smart continuing to shoot that 3-ball well, right? 5 for 9 from 3. We saw Maxi Kleber return. Vandu. And then Jake LaRavia was the real minute getter last night. So keep that in mind. I think with no Reeves, they put in another white guy to help out in Jake LaRavia. And so I think we see a little bit more of that until Gabe Vincent comes back. It's probably more Marcus Smart, more LaRavia. Yeah, and Weisberg saying a rare Marcus Smart shooting game, sir. He not what was that game right before the Vegas break? I think he knocked down 8 triples or something in that game. Smart's been cooking lately. But yeah, keep in mind LaRavia is probably going to get a little bit more run. But good win for the Lakers. They moved to 19-7. Let's go make fun of the Clippers a little bit more. OKC won this one, 122-101. I don't know, for like the 750th straight game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander didn't have to play the fourth quarter. Look at this, man. He had 19 points in the third quarter. Finished the game with 32 in 29 minutes, 7 boards, 6 dimes. He was great. No Hartenstein in this game. The Thunder here are on, last night they were on the front end of a back-to-back, so they played tonight. My guess, it looks like Hartenstein's off the injury report, so I don't know if they were easing him back after getting that coming back from injury over the Vegas weekend, right? Hartenstein, too, just a note, only played 20 minutes in that semifinal Vegas Cup game. So I'm not really sure what his minute restriction will look like coming back. It might have been matchup-based, but I don't think so. They kind of needed the size. So, yeah, I don't know what to make of OKC tonight. They play Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, questionable tag. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And, yeah, but Thunder is still, back to their winning ways here. 25-2 now on the season. The Clippers still have 6 wins. 6 wins, and as Weisberg put in the chat, also a little W here for a double W for the Oklahoma City Thunder because they have the Clippers pick. So that just, continue to kick the man while they're down. 3-13 on the road is hilarious. OKC, yeah, they get the W. Clippers were without James Harden in this game. Looks like Harden might miss a game or 2 would be my guess. He looked terrible in their last game, and then it came out after that that he was dinged up, right? And so and that he really wanted to play. That's why he played. It sounds like I'm going to guess he misses his next game as well. You're looking at the minutes here. Yeah, Kawhi had 22, 8, and 6 here. He still played his 32 minutes. You had John Collins give him 20. Zubatsa, 11 and 11. I saw a Power Duster comment. I feel like Ivica Zubac's the one that would have like the most value in return. I'm not really sure. Bogey got 24 minutes. Chris Dunn with 31. You go to the bench, though. It was Jordan Miller, Kobe Sanders, and Nick Batum making up most of the bench minutes. I'd keep an eye on Jordan Miller. I feel like he might get a little bit of a boost here if Harden continues to miss some time. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what the Clippers are gonna do. I really don't. I mean, like they have to They probably are going to have to punt here at some point. I mean, they're doing a good job punting without actively punting, So it would make sense to try to recoup, grab some picks or something like that. But I don't know. I know there. I think was it Chris Haynes? Not Chris Haynes. Somebody had sprinkled out some alpha onto the interwebs that they were going to maybe try to go make a move. I just don't even know. Like I don't know. I don't know what they'd be doing if they actually like traded to try to win right now. Yeah, Stan saying the Warriors need Zubats. Yeah, you need that, Stan, because you're, dude, man. Remember Stan the first week of the season? Let's do the Warriors next. First week of the season, Stan's in the chat, and he's like, wow, look at that idiot. Look at that idiot Mike Zakarian. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He took the Warriors under? What is that guy doing? That guy sucks, doesn't he? You know who sucks, Stan? The Golden State Warriors. Warriors vibes continue to be bad as ever. They lose this one. Can't crack a hundo here with the Suns winning 99-98. Jimmy Butler gave them 31 here on 11 for 17 shooting. Draymond continues to be that hashtag washed king here. He had 7, 6, and 3, but guess what? 5 tourneys too as well. Quentin Post now starting big man, had a never forget 9 and 11. Steph Curry 15, 9 and 7 on 3 for 13 shooting. Dylan Brooks is that guy. Real quick story here on the Warriors, right? Kuminga, they said Kuminga's been working hard. We got to get him back into the rotation. He played 10 minutes. So welcome back to the rotation. He played as many minutes as Buddy Hield. Podziemski gave him 18 off the bench in 28 minutes. Podziemski, 1 year ago today, was completely unavailable for any sort of trade talks, right? He's off the table. You can't have Lowry marketing because Pod is going to be taking 10 threes a game, right? Now Podziemski off the bench behind Moody. He did give him 18 points, second leading scorer, but maybe this is just more to credit the Suns. The Suns continue to battle. Devin Booker, who had a very quiet first half, finished the game with 25. Gillespie did a little bit of everything. Look at this starting five. Gillespie, Book, Royce O'Neal, Brooks, and Big Mark Dub. There was no Grayson Allen in this game. But it doesn't matter, man. The Suns are feisty, 15 and 12. Warriors now go 2 games below 500. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Brooks has been awesome. Brooks doing it on both ends. Here now, both scoring the ball and defending the ball, doing a little bit of everything for him. This Phoenix team is fun, man. Stan saying Kuminga, Dick Rich, Post, and picks for Sabonis, huh? I mean, does that even fix anything? You gonna play Sabonis next to Draymond? I guess you could. I think it's Jover, man. It's Jover, right? Because like you look at you, I don't want to do the standings yet. They're not beating teams in front of them. Hell, they're barely beating teams behind them right now in the standings. And again, the schedule gets softer. They seem to be a second half team, late bloomers. Steph has been good outside of this game. This shooting was horrendous last night, 2 for 9. I got most of his points from the free throw, but I don't know. Good win at Phoenix. Phoenix moves to 9 and 5 at home. You love to see it. Let's go to Jokic, huh? Let's go to Denver. You know what? Before we go to them, let's just give Paolo some love here because Paolo has been a little bit slow here coming back from injury. And we finally got a big Paolo game, right? 8 for 12 from the line, finished with 26, 16, and 10. He was pretty solid. Desmond Bane let me down big time last night. 36 minutes, 0 for 5 from 3, 6 points and 8 dimes. Thought he was going to step in a little bit. Did not. We got 29 Jet Howard minutes for you, so rare freaks. Keep that in mind. It seems like Howard is really Howard, and then Jace Richardson gave him 19. Seems like they're really cracking the rotation here with no Tristan da Silva in this game as well. It says DNP coach's decision, but he was questionable going into it. And then also, what's his name? Come on, hit me with it. Jalen Suggs. Imagine that's going to be Suggs, anyways, for the foreseeable future. You bring De Silva back in. Maybe he gets up to 27-ish, 28-ish minutes. You can take Jet Howard and Jace down a few, but just to keep that in mind. And then on the Denver side of stuff, I mean, just easy work last night. We'd be talking about Jokic a little bit more if it wasn't for some insane performances from everybody else, like SGA doing it in 28 minutes and Luka going nuts. But Jokic just another 20-point triple-double, 23, 13, and 11 on 10 for 17 shooting. Had a couple steals as well. Denver just quietly moving to 20-6. Jamal Murray gave him 32 points in 36 minutes. Jamal's three ball has been fire this year, right? I want to see something quick. What's his 3-point percentage this year? Yeah, I saw Weisberg saying set the record for assists from a center. He's shooting 45% from three. He's a career 38.6% free throw shooter. Right now he's at 45.6. On like decent volume too. We've seen some pretty big performances from Jamal here. Just good to see, man. I think he's gonna get to an All-Star game, baby. He's gonna get to an All-Star game. We're finally gonna see it, I think we're finally going to see it, which is exciting. Shout out Jamal, man. Shout out Jamal. Jamal, greater than symbol, Donovan Mitchell, now and forever. So good win for Denver, 126, 115. This is a weird one. How about the Pellies getting W over the Houston Rockets in overtime? Asleep at the wheel, Houston. They should have had this game wrapped up. I saw some pretty fun offense there from Queen, Sadiq Bey too. Some big buckets down the stretch and then into overtime. Sadiq Bey, man, 29 points in 34 minutes, 11 for 18. He also had 9 boards. He was great. Zion is back. They are keeping it right around that 20-minute mark, right? That's kind of what we're seeing from him. Thought we were going to see that from LaMelo. We'll talk about that game in a second. Speaking of dumb losses, Zion with 9 and 5. Jordan Poole's minutes, he's still coming off the bench. 25 minutes, he had 15 points. Jose Alvarado, man, just out-minuting so many of these guys. He had 7 and 6. Derek Queen, though, 35 minutes. This is good to see. I mean, I guess because he played overtime, right? We'll call it 30 minutes. He had 16 and 12. It's good to see that because I'm pretty nervous about his minutes when they're fully healthy. But for Derek Queen to be out there, that's good to see. I saw Weisberg point that out. Herb Jones, who ended up fouling out, could have had more. 7 for 14 shooting at 18 points, 8 steals and a block. I think he was questionable going into this game, too. And then Trey Murphy gave him 27. Pretty impressive to see this Pelicans offense continue to pour in some points, right? Ooh, JJL the GOAT in the chat. Put your goat signs in the chat. Pretty impressive to see Pelicans offense cooking like this, especially against a team like Houston. And I don't have the numbers to back me up, but I'm pretty sure since Borrego has taken over, this offense is I wouldn't say it's one of the best in the league, but they've at least tried to find an identity where they're like, we're going to just play offense, baby. The Rockets here, look at the rebounds real quick. The Houston Rockets had 58 rebounds. 58 rebounds, 25 of them offensive. They out-rebounded them 58-41. 58-41 and then 25-13 on the offensive glass. KD had 32 and 7. I think if you just looked at KD going for 32 and 7, Şengün going for 28, 11 and 8, and then Amin Thompson 23, 6 and 4, you would have been like, oh wow, Rockets won, right? Rockets won. Every Pels prop was pretty much free last night. And I wonder, maybe Vegas hasn't caught up to that we can get ahead of that a little bit with this new offense. Adams also played 28 minutes off the bench. Reed Shepherd missed a couple of threes, I think, to tie the game at the end of overtime. He went 3 for 10 from 3. I think Tari Eason did not play last night, but it sounds like he's going to be back this weekend or early next week. And I think they do need it because this is like 30 Okogie minutes, 28 Adams, 27 Reed. Clint Capella only gets 7 minutes there, but Pelicans 6 win. Pelicans now have the same amount of wins as the Bing Bong Boys and the Los Angeles Clippers. Hilarious stuff. OKC getting closer and closer to the first overall pick, excuse me. Let's do Bing Bong here, and then we'll do Atlanta and Charlotte. Bing Bong, 19 and 7. The New York Knicks, fresh off of their chip, or whatever they're going to call it. Did I talk about the Grizz? Did the Grizz play last night? All right, so New York won 114-113. You saw there was no Karl Anthony Towns in this game. There was also no Josh Hart in this game. Moved in Mohamed Diawara and Hook Party into the starting lineup along with OG, Bridges, and Brunson. Now, it seemed like the Pacers were going to win this game. And New York won the fourth quarter like they do. Brunson gave him 25, 7, and 7 in 34 minutes. He was solid. OG poured in 16 and 6. Bridges gave him 22, 8, and 5. And then 18 from Clarkson and 16 and 11. Tyler Kolek, 16 and 11. Pretty good stuff right there. One thing I would keep in mind here. Oh, Mitchell Robinson didn't play too. Yeah, good shout out here, regulator. So I think the only real injury for the Knicks last night was Karl Anthony Towns. I think Josh Hart was rested. I think Mitchell Robinson was rested. I think Cat's like a legit injury. Going into tonight, the Knicks have already listed, because the Knicks play tonight against the Sixers, and I don't know what to make of this. So Deuce McBride is already out. Landry Shamit's already out. Mitchell Robinson not on the injury report. He's not on the injury report. Josh Hart is questionable and Cat is questionable, but that's just because they missed last night, right? So I think the Cat is a legit Q tag for tonight. I'm a little nervous. Now, Bridges is going to play because, right, he hasn't missed a game since like 1942 or whatever it is, so I imagine Bridges plays. I'm a little nervous that we see Brunson get rested here. Now, the Knicks are favored in their game by 4.5, so maybe not. But I've got my Windhorse fingers up here. But anyways, for the Pacers, like Siakam had 26, 6, and 5. Nemby 31 and 4. Has Nembhard? I don't know if we have any Pacers fans in the chat. I don't know if John W. Oh, the dog's here. I don't know if John W's here. I get a question for you guys. Is Andrew Nembhard the best player on the Pacers right now? I feel like Nemby has been outplaying Siakam. And now part of this, it's hard to get a good read on anything because this team's just been getting cooked by everybody. They finally played a close game, so they got full minutes. But I feel like Nembhard's been like low-key hooping. He's been hooping, and Siakam not really. Now Siakam was fine last night, so I don't want to overreact. But anyways, my real takeaway here: Knicks shook off the Vegas cobwebs, got a W on the road, and now they get the 76ers tonight. I'm going to be very curious to see what shoot-around looks like for this team. Yeah, both Nembys have been balling. Yeah, it's been a Canadian powerhouse. All right, this was kind of a fun fantasy game. A weird loss for A-Town down. So both of these teams got their point guards back. Ice Trey returned. He played 20 minutes. Now, I got to tell you, the Charlotte beat reporters can suck it because they went out there last night and they were like, the coach too. So let me not blame the reporting. I'm not blaming mainstream media, okay? The reporting was LaMelo Ball's minutes were going to be heavily monitored, right? Does that mean 29? I thought for sure he was going to play like in this 26 to 30 range, but then they said that, and I thought it was coming way back down. But anyways, LaMelo, he goes nuts in his 29 minutes, right? Look at this, 10 for 16 shooting, 8 for 11 from 3. 28 points, 13 dimes, 6 boards. And then Con Knipple, who's going to finish second in Rookie of the Year voting this year, goes 6 for 12 from 3. He had 28, 5, and 7. He was great. Brandon Miller was great. It seemed like everything was great except for the Atlanta Hawks defense. Holy hell, 133 points. Charlotte was fun last night. Miles, that piece of shit, Bridges only had 16 and 3. You love to see that. And then on the A-Town side, Porzingis continues to miss time for being sick, man. Just for being sick. They're going to continue to miss time. And Trae Young, 20 minutes, 8 points, 10 dimes, over 5 from 3. I imagine he sits tonight. This team plays the Spurs tomorrow, which we'll talk about here in a second. Tonight, excuse me, they play them. I kind of think Trae sits on the back-to-back, right? It's gotta. Jalen Johnson continues to be awesome. Look at that. So if you were nervous about his usage with Trae coming back, played 43 minutes. 39 minutes. He played, scored 43 points, 4 for 9 from 3. Got to the line 7 times, knocked them all down. 11 boards, 9 dimes, a steal, a block, a partridge in a pear tree. Dyson Daniels gave him 14 and 6. I don't know what else. Onyeka 12 and 4. Whatever. Good win. Good win for Charlotte, though. Good win for Charlotte. See if LaMelo plays his way onto another team, right? That is what I said, baby. Yeah, we'll see if both of those guys play their way onto another team. Who knows? Who knows? We got Heat Culture. Heat Culture. Hashtag Heat Culture 106.95. Miami was on the front end of a back-to-back as they take on the Beantown Boys tonight in Boston. They got this win 106.95. No Tyler Hero in this one. Tyler Hero is questionable tonight. I kind of think he's going to sit tonight, too. Wiggins, though, who cares? 10 points. Khalil Ware gave him 22 and 12 in 30 minutes. Good to see him get 30 minutes tonight. Norman had 24 and 6. Bam Bam had 8 points, but he did have 17 boards and 4 stocks. Miami's been kind of struggling a little bit of late. They moved to 15 and 12, which is good to see. The Brooklyn Nets, still suck. Michael Porter Jr. finished with 28 and 6, so he was fine. He was fine. You got Nick Claxton with 16, 12, and 8. Yegor Damon with 14. Not a lot of bench action from Brooklyn. Brooklyn needs to start losing games a little bit faster, Yeah, Heat fans bullied Spo into starting Ware. I'm curious to see how they approach, how Spo approaches the Celtics tonight. My initial reaction is that we see less Ware tonight than we did last night, just because Boston has the ability to go small. Maybe they mess around with somebody like Jaime or Simone playing big. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. All right, San Antonio, speaking of not knowing how we're going to do it, right? So the Spurs win this game 119-94. This is Wemby's third game back from his injury. Came off the bench again. Did a similar thing where he did not play the first quarter. Came out like 3 minutes into the second quarter, I think. And then in 17 minutes had 15 points, 8 boards, 4 dimes, and 4 blocks. I thought, shout out TST who put me onto this with Josh Lloyd, who is a great fantasy basketball content creator, really sharp dude. He mentioned, because the way I approached yesterday's game was I was like, I thought Wemby was going to sit and then play tonight against Atlanta. Just because this would be a tougher game, they could probably get through the Wizards without Wemby's minutes, right? And so when Wemby was ruled in, I was like, okay, Wemby's not going to play today and not play tomorrow. Josh Lloyd pointed out that maybe Wembanyama's plan here is to play all 65, or to make sure, the Spurs and Wemby make sure that he plays 65 games this year so he's eligible for awards at the end of the season. So maybe early on, back from injury, doing this back-to-back situation, instead of having him play one and sit one, then maybe he plays 15 minutes in the first game, plays 17 minutes in the second game, something like that. So that makes me a little bit nervous from a fantasy perspective, that even though he's projections will shoot him up, if he's only going to play X amount of minutes, that's not a great sign. So keep that in mind as you're drafting or placing bets or whatever into tonight's action and the weekend action and all that stuff. But anyways, great win. Harrison Barnes had 2 points. Come on, man. These hands, where you at, baby? So I think Harrison Barnes, hold on, let me pull up StatMuse here. I want to see some Harrison Barnes' last 10 games. I'm pretty sure Harrison Barnes is like 0 for 17 in his last 3-pointers. His last 17 3-point attempts. All right, let me pull up StatMuse before I share it. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Where's the 3-point attempts? Okay, so this was last night. So I think this is wrong. When was this game? That was versus the Wizards last night. Okay, so this was 0 for 4 last night. Okay, ready? Yeah, 0 for 4, 0 for 4, 0 for 8. He's 0 for 16 for his last ones. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Dude, Boston base. Thank you. Legend Boston base. Thank you. Some good news here for Washington. They got Alex Sarsgaard back. Played 24 minutes. He started, had 18 and 4 in this one. And then everybody else sucks. Nothing to talk about the Wizards. 4 wins. Team sucks. Let's talk about the hashtag. We the North Toronto Raptors got a W 111-105. Giannis continues to be hilarious. Just really, really fun stuff from Giannis, where he's just like, yeah, man, I don't know, like, I just wish we had less distractions. He was on the Thanasis podcast. I think we talked about yesterday. That was pretty funny. Anyways, just great stuff all around. Toronto here, there was no RJ. Jakob Pearl was not a late scratch, but a late downgrade. He ended up missing. So Sandro Sandro started. He had 18 and 7. BI though 29 and 8, had a couple steals as well. Scotty Barnes 24 and 11. IQ gave him almost a double, and then 10 from Agbaji. On Milwaukee, like Miles Turner finally did something. 21.6 boards. KPJ, man. Kevin Porter Jr., 22, 13, and 4. I got to tell you, man, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled from the fantasy perspective here with KPJ just going ham from, like, he's going to, especially with Giannis missing time. Giannis also alluded he thinks he's going to miss a couple more weeks. So I think, yeah, this was the quote too. Giannis saying he can't control it. He's like, yeah, my reps are talking to the team. I'm not talking to the team. It's like, well, then what are you saying to your reps, dude? They represent you, dummy. But anyways, Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be going nuts. Yeah, there we go. We got Ian Curtin in the chat. Let's go, Ian. Good to see you. Good, but Toronto gets the W, 17 and 11, starting to right the ship a little bit. They need RJ, man. They just need RJ back. They need him. They need him. Wow, we're going through this faster than I thought we were. That's good. All right, we're not gonna do the Detroit basketball drop because how do you lose this game, man? How do you lose this game to Dallas? AD, who was questionable all game, didn't think he was going to play. He gets ruled in and then doesn't score a point in the first half. Finishes the game with 15 and 14, though. Scoop a flag, 23 and 10, a double-double from him, 8 for 20, 0 for 4 from 3. Starting to take some more shots, which is fun. Nemby get the start. They also got Brandon Williams and D'Lo back. Brandon Williams gave him 14 off the bench in 31 minutes. I wonder if they move Brandon Williams back into the starting lineup or if they keep it flowing with Ryan Nembhard. Mavs quietly 11 and 17, starting to stack some W's right now. But the biggest talking point right now is Klay Thompson, and the rumors were that he would go back to the Golden State Warriors, which is basically like if Klay Thompson gets traded to the Golden State Warriors, it's like Backstreet Boys at the Sphere. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, we get to see the group back one more time, right? Even though they are rubbing on Icy Hot and Ben Gay and all that stuff before they do their performances, and even though like some of them have problematic histories, whether it's Draymond Green or Nick Carter, right? And everyone's going to pay a premium to go see them one last time before they no longer exist. And that's essentially what would happen if Klay Thompson is traded back to the Golden State Warriors. So for the vibes of the fans and to get Klay out of Dallas, would love to see it. But honestly, Klay, you got a better chance of getting some W's in Dallas than you do on this Golden State team. Anyways, let's keep going. What else? Wait, I lost my spot there. Okay, let's pull that back up. But Detroit, Cade Cunningham did Cade Cunningham stuff where he got off to a slow start and then finished with 29, 10, and 9. Jalen Duren, 17 and 13, finally saw some ceiling from him. But everybody else kind of let him down, right? You got 0 from Toby in 18 minutes. Duncan Robinson 0 for 5 from 3. You had Asar Thompson only gave you 8. I mean, like Beef Stew gave you 14. Beef Stew, your third leading scorer. The big men's cooked. I don't know. But anyways, Detroit shouldn't freak out or anything. They're still fun. 21 and 6. Dallas getting some W's though, 11 and 17. And I think we just have one game left from last night. This one went to overtime. Just chaos here. Look at this, 40 to 36 at the end of the first, and then they dropped 65 points in the fourth quarter, and then still a high-scoring OT too. But 134-133. No Zach LaVine in this game. So you assume Russell goes nuts, right? 20 and 10, but no. Maxime Renaud, 29 and 11, doing his best Sabonis impression here. He was great for them. That's a bright spot. He's been coming on strong. DDR had 33 and 4. Kegels had 17 and 3. And then you get 10 from Keon Ellis off the bench. Let's free Keon Ellis, huh? And then from the Blazers, Klingon gave him 19 and 8. Good to see him back hooping. Only played 19 minutes. Seemed like, he played 35 minutes. Excuse me. I read that incorrectly. But they got their starting 5 back. Shaden Sharp, welcome back to the start. They put Susuku off the bench. Sharp finished with 26 and 4. Yeah, Denny with 35, 5 and 5. Jeremy Grant had 20 and 9. Tamani 17. Good win for the Blazers. Let's quickly look at the standings here for right now. So You got the Pistons right. They dropped that game. They're 21-6, 6-4 in their last 10. Bing Bong Boys 9-1 in their last 10. Absolutely cooking here. 9-1 in their last 10. 19-7. You got the Raptors have now strung together 2 W's. They're 17-11. Celtics are still sitting there at 15-11. Sixers 14-11. Magic drop a game. They moved to the 6th seed at 15-12. Is tied with their Florida counterpart, the Miami Heat, who are 15-12. And then look at the Cavs. Cavs there gain a spot in the standings, I think, because Atlanta lost. Both of those teams are 15-13, and then the Chicago Bulls will be where they will be forever in the 10 seed. And then it's the Cox down there. Hey, Milwaukee, congrats, man. A game and a half lead over the Charlotte Hornets right now, but only a game back from the Bulls. So congrats. And then Nets versus Wizards. And then over here in the Western Conference, OKC 9-1 in their last 10. Their winning streak starts now. Winners of 1 in a row, 25-2. Nuggets 4.5 games back from them. Lakers just a game behind the Nuggets. Spurs both of them 19-7. And then the Rockets, who drop a game, move 2 games back behind those fellas. T-Wolves here in the 6th seed. And then look at the Suns grinding away there at 15-12. And then the Grizzlies have leapt over the Golden State Warriors, and the Blazers are just a game and a half behind them. And the Mavericks, this was 6-4 in the last 10. You play 500 ball in the West, Dallas is going to catch both Portland and Golden State at this race. Really fun stuff. DJP said, asked at the start, do the Cavs trade Allen or Garland first, or do they trade it all? I got to tell you, I don't know what the move would be. I think one of the issues they're going to run into here is I think honestly, I think it's more likely the coach gets fired than one of those guys gets traded. That's going to be the flag plant that I'm going to have right now. But I just don't know if you're going to find a ceiling higher than Garland and Allen. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of trade you make where your return is better than the pieces that are coming out. And the case could be made that it's just like shaking up a snow globe and maybe it looks prettier the next time around. Maybe, but I don't know who's seeing how Garland's playing or how Allen's playing for that matter and is like, oh, we should give up a pretty good piece for these guys, you know? And then, of course, the collective bargaining agreement, I think it's just going to be really hard for big salaries to get moved in general, especially from an expensive team. You know, if it was a team under the salary cap, maybe it's a little bit easier, but it's not. The Cavs are an expensive team. So I think their best bet is to go to some sort of leadership retreat and let out their feelings and talk to a team therapist or something and figure out what the hell's wrong with them. Because, granted, if you want to be glass half full, Garland missed a ton of time. Allen missed some time. Mobley's missed some time, and Mobley's going to continue to miss some time. And you look at the Eastern Conference and you're like, wow, nobody's really that good outside of the Knicks and the Pistons right now. We could easily just get back to where we are. But their best bet is Garland playing better and Allen playing better, because I don't think there's any sort of move that is going to be better than Garland or Allen at their peaks. So that's kind of where I land. I think instead we're just going to talk about how bad they are for the next couple weeks. I think that's closer to what actually happens. Let's look at tonight's action, and then we'll get not wrapping up yet, but just get into that stuff. Let's get into tonight's action. So I mentioned the Heat Celtics. Tyler Hero's question. Well, that's the big Q tag. Celtics relatively healthy here. Celtics are 6.5-point favorites. Kind of surprised by that. That's my guess means no Hero. I would guess no Hero. Then you get the 76ers and the Knicks. I already talked about the Knicks. I'm really confused with them. Joel Embiid is questionable. Man, Garland for LaMelo would be hilarious, because one of the issues here is that you can't win with 2 small guards that don't defend. And they're like, well, we'll get you a taller guard that also doesn't defend. Is it just me or anytime? Oh, dude, try Power Duster. Come on, man. Come on. You can just say, I don't think the vibes are because of Mobley. Mobley's not playing well enough, but Mobley, worst Supermax currently. Is Barnes on a Supermax? I think you could make a case, both of those guys. A little overpaid. You could also, who else? Who else is on a Supermax? Or is Barnes not on one? Because Mobley won Defensive Player of the Year, right? Is that why he got the Super Duper Max? I still like Mobley, but it's definitely not. Oh, yeah, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's tough right now. 6th highest is tough. All right. We also, the 76ers, Joel Embiid's questionable tonight, but they do have Paul George. They got Maxey back, too, after missing a couple of games. I'll be honest, my Vegas brain forgot that Maxey wasn't playing the last couple of games, but they get him back. Embiid is questionable. I think he's going to play. San Antonio Spurs against the Hawks tonight. There's a 2.5-point spread. San Antonio's favored. I was telling you, I'm a little bit nervous about this Wemby. I feel like Wemby's going to play, but only play 17 minutes. That's not as fun. From a fantasy perspective, anyways. From Atlanta, do we think Trae Young plays the second night of a back-to-back? Played 20 minutes last night. Does he play the second night, the second leg? Was there like, hey, we're only going to play him 20 so he can play 20 tomorrow? I think Eileen, he doesn't play. San Antonio's fun. Castle kind of let me down a little bit last night from a fantasy perspective, but I'm such a Castle fan. That was my biggest takeaway from Vegas is just how fun this San Antonio team is going to be. Also, the Thunder are awesome. I think you play that game 20 times, the Thunder win 18 of them. I could have said 9 out of 10. Instead, I went 18 out of 20 because I'm all about sample size. But, man, Castle could do whatever he wanted. If he wanted to get into the paint, if he wanted to step back, defend, get in transition. The only thing Castle's really going to work on is limiting some of those turnovers. Like, he was really just chucking stuff. Mobley in rare territory. The whole Cavs team just feels like front runners. The vibes just feel bad in Cleveland. They do. Vibes feel bad in Cleveland. And I think a lot of it lays on Garland's hands, honestly. I think they need Garland to be better. And unless that happens, I think they're in trouble. 2 more games, most of them early by BT Dubs. You get the Bulls and the Cavs. They played each other just the other night, and the Bulls beat the piss out of them. Donovan Mitchell's questionable tonight, but the Cavs are favored by 7.5. I mean, if Mitchell's not playing, they can't be favored, right? Without Mobley already, I don't know. So I'm assuming Mitchell's playing. I really like Jalen Tyson from a fantasy perspective tonight. I think he's a lot of fun there at the end. And then OKC and the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards' foot injury has kept him out the last couple games. He's questionable tonight. I don't really know. I mean, I guess he's playing. If there was no Anthony Edwards, would OKC be favored by Dubby Didge? I don't really know. But that's what we're looking at for tonight's action. Let's I can show you what I've been doing on the Dog app earlier today. I don't feel great about stuff. I mean, I got smoked last night on Dog because Luka went nuts. I only had like 9% Luka. I had like 20% Jokic, but that doesn't matter when a guy scores fucking 94 fantasy points or whatever it is. If you didn't have Luka, it didn't matter. That's cool. My mouse is frozen, so we'll just keep ramping. Just keep spitballing while I try to share screen so I can show you what's going on Underdog. This is hilarious, man. Hold on. I think can I just find it like this? Ooh, there we go. We're going to find it like this, even though I can't see my mouse. Actually, let me try something let's do that. All right, here we go. There we go. That fixed it. All right, let's share screen. Let's go back over to the Dog. So this is what I was looking at early today for ranks here. I kind of like Jalen Johnson over SGA. They both project for the same. I don't care which way you go. Jaylen Brown here, 5th in the league in scoring, I believe, right now. You got Giddey there. I moved Wemby way down here. He's currently going 5th, but I'm just like, I don't know how many minutes he's going to play, man. So Giddey, Maxey, and Spida ahead of him. I guess I should probably put Brunson ahead of Spida, but I think I like this game environment better. So I'm going to keep Spida there. I got Embiid and Ant in. And then it's Bam, White, Randall. I have Cat way down here. I kind of don't think Cat's playing. And then, like, the other thing, I think there's a discount right now on Onyeka Okongwu and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dyson Daniels. I don't think Trae Young's going to play. I do think Josh Hart's back. Hero is, a fine swap, even though I don't think he's going to play. Then I threw Ware and Walshy in there, and Peyton Pritchard, Rudy Gobert. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now on the Underdog, and then I'm going to pop over. I'm going to pop on over to So Rare. There you go. Improv everywhere. There you go. Let's pop over to So Rare, which maybe rewards are out because I think I started a new streak. I think I won $20. Maybe we can do a wheel spin. Let's do all the things. All right, here we go. Yeah, let's claim that $5, baby. Ooh, keep the streak alive. Choose your reward, $5 or Essence. Let's do the $5. Swipe to confirm. Swipe. All right, we got that sweet cash, homie. All right, so it's not out yet here. Will tickets reset for? I don't know what that goes. We won 100 XP. We won some rewards. There we go. That's fun. Can we claim the wheel? All right, here we go. Let's just spin a wheel. Let's spin a wheel, and then I'll look at my stuff here. Let's see what are we taking home. Oh, 100 essence. 100 essence. There we go. And then let's see how we did today, this most recent game week. And just a reminder too, Live Before Lock is back tonight, 5 o'clock on wherever you get your YouTubes and your Spotify's. All right, so this was a hilarious one. We put Jokic next to Wemby with two guys who didn't play, and Gabe Vincent and Kyle Kuzma. Also, Santi sucked. But this was the one. We finished 29th here. 1,700 essence, $20, 317 points. Luka dropped 98. Triple J with a 62. Rare Triple J W. Keontae George with 53. Spicy Ragu with 53. Dyson Daniels with 25. So that's pretty fun. What do I have for essence? No, only 465. Okay, we can't craft. Can't craft yet. I probably won't be here for any early plays. I honestly haven't looked at the slate yet. I don't know who plays this weekend. I don't know who plays this weekend. My guess is if the Cavs playing tonight, maybe they have 2 games this weekend. I bet Garland probably projects well. Pritchard projects pretty well. Let's look at tomorrow, right, for hoops. You get the Rockets and the Nuggets. Ooh, that's fun. That's some cinema. Rematch of the Cup game. Mavs and the 76ers. So the 76ers will be on a back-to-back. So I can tell you right now, if Embiid plays tonight, he's not playing tomorrow. Celtics and Raptors. Celtics going back up to Toronto on a back-to-back. That's a fun one. Pacers and the Pellies, 2 6-win teams battling it out. Hornets and the Pistons. There we go. That'll be kind of fun. Wiz and Grizz. No, thank you. Man, Grizzlies might be 500 by the end of the weekend. Phoenix Suns and the Warriors there. Another rematch there, but this one in the Bay Area. The Magic and the Utah Jazz. Trailblazers and Kings. So there you go. There's some points ready for you on Saturday night. And then the Battle of L.A. on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we got Bulls and Hawks. Raps and Nets, Heat and Knicks, Spurs and Wiz again, huh? All right, so a bunch of games for the Spurs this weekend. Bucks and Wolves, Rockets and Kings. So there you go. I imagine some of those Kings are going to be popping. Yeah, I don't trust Clifford. I really like Peyton Pritchard. I think we're due for a Peyton Pritchard ceiling game. Haven't gotten one in a while, but I think we're due. We're due. All right, if you want a full breakdown on the slate, go check out this morning's Bagel with Locks. I'm going to drop that into the chat one more time. And then, we'll be back at 5 o'clock for Live Before Lock. Just for next week, too, just so you guys know, I think we'll try to do an NBA bit on Monday. It's just, the bit will be sporadic during vacation. I'm going to be in New Hampshire. I don't know what the Wi-Fi is going to look like, but we will have our stuff in order. Like, we'll be able to do it. We'll still do Live Before Locks on Mondays and Fridays, but the NBA bit will probably be a little sporadic during the holidays. But I'll definitely do one on Monday. When's Christmas? Is Christmas Wednesday or Thursday? Christmas, and this is Christmas Thursday. So we'll have a bit on Monday and Tuesday for sure, and then we'll probably take Wednesday, Thursday off. Although maybe we do one Thursday morning. I don't know. We'll see. Appreciate everybody tuning in today, though. We'll see you back here this afternoon. Good luck in those streets. Have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you for the So Rare stuff, and we are out.